Hey guys, welcome back to another Temu Tuesday. I want to talk about this foot warmer. And yes, I just want to show you what it's all about first, and then I'll give you my opinion. But definitely a good purchase in my opinion. So it does come with this little side piece that has the USB cord, which you can use a cube or you can plug it into a USB adapter, however you want to do it. It does pull apart. It has this great sponge. It's so fluffy and soft. I love touching the outside of it. Now, when you get into the inside of it, I do have some concerns because you can kind of feel the gadgets that are the heating elements. And that's a little problem, but you get over it, especially if you have your socks on and they're heavy. If you have real thin socks on it, you notice it more. But you're not going to be walking around in this, so it's not a big deal. But if you have any issues with sensitivity, you might want to think about that. Okay, so I wanted to let you know that it does take a little bit of time to warm up. So if you're wanting it to be an instant click of a finger, snap of a finger, it's not going to get warm that fast. So what I recommend doing is if you know your feet are freezing cold and you know you're that type of person, go ahead and use the plug-in device, plug it in, go ahead and get it plugged in sooner than later. Give it a few minutes to pre-warm, which it doesn't have any directions to tell you to do that. I'm just telling you what I do. And I also, I use it in my Super Danny that I have hauled before from Temu. It has a USB port. If you don't have that, you can put it in a cube and plug it into a wall socket, however you decide to do it. I do suggest you put it into the wall socket or something like a surge protector, like a Super Danny. Otherwise, it may not, get hot as fast. Also, I just want to let you know, once you're done with it, you can put that bad boy, wrap up the little USB cord, hide it in its little compartment, zip it up, and go about your business. Guys, I can't stop touchy-feely with this thing. It's awesome. And I definitely will show you with my feet in it here in a moment. But it's very compact. I actually didn't put the USB cord back in the right place. It has like a little flap, so you can stick it up under there, because otherwise when you put your feet in it, if you happen to just use it without the heating element, because FYI, you can also stick your feet in there without the heating element on if you just want to have your feet warmed for a moment or two. Now, I'm also going to tell you as well, this is very, very compact. It's snuggly. You will, if you have big feet, you might have to try it before you can actually use it, because it may not fit for large size feet, if that makes any sense at all. I was kind of concerned for my feet, because when I first got it, I thought my feet aren't going to fit in there, but it did. So on that note, I'm going to give you a demonstration with it plugged in here in a moment. But again, it's compact, it's tight fitting. Hopefully you don't have too big of a foot to fit in there. And check the sizes. They may sell them in bigger assortments, but all I saw was this particular one, and they had tons of colors. I chose the gray, and you know why, because it was the cheapest price. I believe it was $9 and some change. I'm not quite sure if that was a lightning deal. There was no price reduction as of yet on this item, and I will link it in the description box for you guys. Also, you can pull off the padding part and wash it and use as needed. So right now I haven't got to that point of washing it. I use it almost daily in the mornings, but now it's warming up here in my state, and I don't use it towards the evening times. I do use it at my desk. This is not something you want to, if you're trying to eat or something like that. You need to be sitting stationary and with your feet flat on the ground. If you're moving about or if you're uncomfortable where you're sitting at, this might not work for you. But if you're sitting at a desk, wonderful device in my opinion, wonderful for the amount of money I paid for it. And I can't get over how simple it is to unplug it, pull it up. And oh yes, the cord does go about 2.5 to 3 feet. So if you have a wall socket that you're worried about it's not going to reach, and you'll be able to get your feet in there, you can do that. Or you can try to use it with an extension cord. I do not know again how that will work, because I really do feel like it needs to be pulled into the source. But yes, guys, this foot warmer is awesome, and I would love to have it in some other colors, and I'm waiting for the prices to go down, and I may just have a backup. All right, I'll see you back in a moment. So this is basically how the foot warmer looks. It's very small in comparison, and it's very compact. One of the reasons why I like this is because I knew I was going to need it for the wintertime right here at my desk where I sit most of the day. And I just wanted something that I could plug in, put my feet in, because right where I sit at, and like some people, anywhere you go, your feet just are always cold. Well, that it would be me. So I'm going to tell you this is probably the easiest thing to do. I know I'm kind of holding the camera as well as trying to unzip this and plug it in, so bear with me. But it does have the USB cord, which I've talked about. And I'm going to plug it into my Super Danny, which is right here close to me. And as you can see, I told you the cord is probably, I didn't measure it, but I'm going to say at least 2 to 3 feet. Don't hold me to that, but it's long enough for you to get into a plug. So here's where I'm plugging it into the source of my Super Danny, and I have already got USB cords on there. USB cord outlets, and I'm going to plug it in, and I'm going to pre-warm it. And as it's warming up, like I said, I'm going to say it might take 2 minutes. Sometimes it's 3 minutes. It really just depends on how cold your feet are. And I will go ahead and do a disclaimer. If you use this thing for more than an hour straight, it will start to get really, really warm. Not hot, but really, really warm. Okay, and I do highly recommend having thicker socks on it, just because I told you the heating adapters, or heating elements, excuse me, you can feel them. But you're sitting in a stationary place. I might move side to side if I'm moving to the other side of my desk. But if I need to get up, I can take my feet out of it and walk where I need to go. That's why I chose this one, because a lot of times I need to have my feet, feeling toasty and still get my job done. And guys, this has been such a lifesaver for me. I'm going to go ahead and just say right here, it's probably one of the best purchases that I got off Temu in 2024. Well, to the tail end of 2023, actually. And yes, again, it just, I've already kind of talked about how you can pull it apart. You can wash it. You can, if you don't want to put it in the washer, you can put Febreze on it. I will probably do that for the most part, but it's good to know that you can wash it like an electric blanket, and you won't have any issues with that at all. I think this is awesome, and I wanted to do an honest review on it. My pros for it is it's very affordable, very easy to store. My cons is definitely, it takes a moment to heat, and you do feel the little heating elements, but again, that's really not a con in my situation, but if you are sensitive, it might be for you. Other than that, it's a winner chicken dinner in my book. I love it, and I hope you guys will look into getting you one if you have cold feet or a need be, or if you know people who have cold feet. This would be an excellent, excellent gift. So next I want to talk about these slides, guys, that I purchased off Temu for less than $4. Yes, less than $4. A very good deal for sure. They're comfortable. I do keep, these are the ones I did purchase for me to wear just to run to the mailbox or run to take the trash out, or if I'm going outside to the car, I leave them, at the front and back door because I have several pairs. Very comfortable. They keep your feet warm. I've worn them both with socks and without socks. I don't know what this little piece is right here, but they have this little snap area that I just realized what it was. I believe it's where you can interchange out, and wash, I'm thinking. But don't mind the bottom of these. Like I said, these are my outdoor shoes. Now, like I said, these are the ones that I keep right by my front door or my back door just to run in and out of the house. I love them. I think they serve a purpose, and for that price, it was well worth it. But I do need to give an honest review. This is my pair. I love it. However, my mother purchased a pair for my son. Now, he does have a bigger foot. He wears normally a size 12, and these are size 45s. And he took them to his home and wore them, and he loves them. However, you got to be careful, because I'm going to kind of show you right here, and I know the camera's not right on it, but he had worn them and wore them close to a space heater. Guys, you can't really tell it here, but the whole shoe the rubber part of the shoe lifted up like a elf's shoe. It's not doing justice here. I was trying to give you a better example, but it's not really showing it here on the ground either. But once he had them by the space heater, and he took them off, is what he said. He didn't wear them sitting there by them. He actually took them off and just had them sitting overnight by a small little space heater about 2 feet away. And he said the next day he went to go put his foot in, and he could not even get them to budge. I'm laughing because it's funny, but guys, this is a hazard, and I want to be honest with you. So if you have purchased these or you're thinking about purchasing them, I love mine. I'm just knowing now I cannot put them by heat because they will melt. They will shrink up. And, if you're not careful, they could catch on fire and it could cause serious damage. So I just wanted to give a disclaimer on that. I'm still happy with my pair of slides that I purchased. I'm going to wear them until they fall apart. I may even purchase me a couple more pairs, especially if I find out that this inside part comes out and can be rewashed, excuse me. And if that's the case, I will definitely just know I have to keep them away from any kind of heating elements that would possibly cause them to shrink and turn into a fire hazard. I leave up your choices and your discretion on what you purchase, but I still like them. But I also know now to be very cautious, and I wanted to spread the word. And my son wants another pair. So if that tells you anything, he loved them. He now knows the consequences of putting them by anything that could heat them up and cause them to have issues. Okay, so just wrapping up the review on the shoes. Again, this is the ones that my son got from my mom, and he loves them. He already, like I said, wants another pair. And I did try to see if I could take these out to see if they were interchangeable, but I don't know if it's because they sat so close to that heating element for overnight that it's kind of, the heel part's kind of stuck to it, and I don't want to rip it because my mom is in the process of reaching out to Temu to see about getting a refund, and I don't know if they're going to want her to send the shoe back or not. So until that is, I don't want to mess too much with it. But it would be awesome if this is something you can take out and replace, put new ones in, wash them, and reuse them. That would be pretty cool. So yes, these shoes are no longer able to be worn. If you I can push my hand in it, but nobody's foot's going to go in it because of the swelling. Because of the shrinkage of when the shoe sat overnight close to a little space heater. And my son, after clarification, said that it was more than 2 feet. It was like 4 feet away from the little space heater. So it wasn't like they were sitting right on top of them anyway. He wanted me to make sure you guys knew he would not put them that close to it. Any kind of shoe, to be matter of fact. So with that said, I just wanted to make sure you had the honest review. And I love mine. I went and got mine just now. I'm just kind of putting them towards it. I'm going to be careful with them, but mine are not going to be anywhere near any kind of heat because, like I said, they stay by the front door. Again, my son loves these shoes. He wants another pair. My mom's in the process of getting another pair. And yeah, I ask you to just use your best judgment. If you do purchase them, keep them away from any content that has heat, like space heaters, fireplaces, anything like that where they're sitting close to it because it could be a hazard. But I do love mine, and I will continue to wear them. And if you can take the little pieces out and wear them without the fur in the summertime, I will be wearing them all year long. I do love them. Okay, so last but not least, I thought I would throw in this little gadget. This has become one of my favorite things that I purchased off Temu, and I got it for less than 30 cents. I got it on a lightning deal. This is a can opener, a soda can opener of any type. If you're trying to open up a can and you don't want to mess up your press-on nails or your new manicure or your acrylic nails, gel nails, whatever, you have Temu to thank, because you can purchase this little bitty device. I now have several of these. You just need to pop it on the can, make sure it is on the tab very firm. Okay, make sure it's very firm. Hold the can at the base. Don't make a mistake and try to open it without holding the can firmly down. And just pop it open. And it's very easy to do. A child could do this. All right, and children probably do. There you go. It pops right open. Easy peasy. I just wanted to let you guys know, if you have not purchased this and you're interested in it, go get on Temu and get you several of these. And if you need a code, if you're a new time subscriber to Temu and have not made a first order yet, use my code FAV22452 to get 30% off. It will help me, and it also lets Temu know that you are responding to these videos. All right, guys. With that said, like, share, and comment. I do appreciate you one and all, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.